Hey there, Sean with Magictecture. Really excited to be here. I wanted to give you all an update about what we've been working on in the past, over the past year, and where we're moving forward over the next 6 months to the 1-year horizon. First, I want to thank all of you. Really love the support, the community that we have. Love getting comments about, oh, you should try to do an inversion. You should try to do a water ride. You should try to do a Space Mountain theme ride. I love all these ideas and really appreciate the community that we have here. So keep up the comments. It's great. Over the past year, as you probably know if you've followed us, we've been working on developing our coaster-in-a-box prototype. This was sort of launched originally by Crunch Labs reaching out to us and asking us to build them a coaster for Mark Rober. It was a great opportunity because it gave us the ability to actually have a physical prototype of the product that we'd been designing and developing for almost 2 years. Once we finished the project with Mark Rober, we brought it back to our site in Illinois, where our electrical engineer, our controls engineer, was able to actually automate the ride, get the PLC working on board the coaster, attach sensors so that we could turn the cart into a smart cart. And I think actually, before I get too far into that, I want to explain to you why we came up with Coaster-in-a-Box, because I feel like maybe I haven't explained that very well in the past. So when we started building these backyard coasters and we thought, oh, maybe we can turn this into a business, the price of admission for building one of these things was just so astronomical. And there are several hurdles going into like, how can you afford this if you're just a typical homeowner? Because, roller coasters are very expensive. I mean, the materials, all the steel, the tooling, the fabrication tools that you need to be able to bend the steel. It's just very cost prohibitive. But then beyond the actual material and labor cost to build the thing, there are also the operational costs. So your standard roller coaster has a smart track. I like to say a smart track, dumb ride vehicle. So imagine that you've got a track and you have sensors that are all along the track that can monitor where the ride vehicle is going through the track at all times. So you're having to run data to sensors from your PLC to all these different points. And you have to have, dozens of sensors. Then you're running power to different parts of the track. So if that's your chain lift, if you've got some sort of launching mechanism, you're going to be running power to all these places. And again, it's all coming from this PLC. And so you're, depending on where your PLC is, probably near the station, you're having to run things all over the place. It's very expensive. So we thought, well, from a cost perspective, what if we put everything on board the ride vehicle, made the ride vehicle smart, and we made the track dumb? So we could put either RFID or metal tags along the track, put the sensors on the ride vehicle, put the PLC on the ride vehicle, have everything powered by a battery bank that's on board, and then you simplify your costs exponentially. And we were able to take what would have cost us like $300,000 to $400,000 to make, down to like $50,000 to $60,000 to make. But on top of that, you've got transportation and insurance, and there's this whole cacophony of things that go into how we price out a coaster. And as much as we feel confident about the product, we feel really good about the product, it seems like right now there's just not really a market for backyard roller coasters at scale. Again, this is what I didn't mention with the fabrication. We made 3 cookie cutter track layouts so that they could fit on a flat piece of land that, fairly nominal size, trying to make it as accessible to as many people as possible. And like I said, it didn't work out right now, and that's okay. That's okay. So looking forward to the future, we just packed up the Coaster-in-a-Box, the prototype, the track is gone. We're moving on to the next project. And we're actually working right now with a creator out in California who is building a fairly large, fairly complex backyard coaster on his property. And we've been in touch with him for, about 6, maybe 9 months, just talking through, the logistics of building a backyard coaster. And I think like 2 or 3 months ago, we realized, both the creator and us, that it'd probably be a good idea if we tried to take on the track fabrication. And so we sent Matthew out to the site. He took his drone out, took photographs of everything, used photogrammetry to create a 3D model of the site. The creator, his name is Gabe, he had actually gone through and set up a PVC version of the track so that you get a pretty good sense for where the track is going to go, even some of the banking and stuff. And so using that information, we were then able to model the track in Fusion. Because there's a lot of existing conditions, for example, he's got some supports that are already existing, we had to come up with some ways to make it easy to adapt a track that is probably going to be off by 6 inches to a foot, from like field measurement to the fabrication to actually being delivered on site. And so pretty excited about some of the engineering solutions that were developed during this process. Another thing that I'm really excited, I'm not going to get too far into the weeds right now, but we will share some stuff with you, is developing a more sophisticated way of rolling tubes. So when we made the Matterhorn, we really just made it up as we went. I mean, we watched like Will Pemble videos on tube rolling, but there was no like science behind it. It was like, oh, this piece looks good, this piece looks good, and there was a lot of waste. When we moved to Little Thunder, there were almost 0 compound curves. Almost everything was a just normal curve. And that's fine. For Little Thunder, it was great because it was more of a dark ride anyway. It didn't need any compound curves. But then when we did the Rover coaster, which was a prototype of coaster in a box, there's a lot more compound curves. And so we used some trigonometry and some math on site in the field to figure out, length of pipe, how much to twist it, how far to push it through before you start twisting it. And it worked, but there's a lot of manual intervention that you needed to do to actually make it work. And so Michael and Matthew have developed a tool that, again, we'll get into a little bit later, to help us actually be able to roll the pipe in a way that will mimic our Fusion model. So stay tuned for that, because I think that'll be a really interesting video we do in the future. So yeah, over the next few months, we'll be working on the track, fabbing it, hopefully sharing some more content as we go along. We'll see what happens with the lift hill and the ride vehicle if we end up doing that, or if Gabe ends up finding someone else to do it. But we're really excited about this project. I think it's going to be a really cool coaster, probably our most complex coaster to date, just as far as the track goes. Beyond that, I am trying to get the word out there. If you or someone you know is interested in building a coaster, and I don't mean just in your backyard, but if you're like a small theme park, if you're one of these putt-putt courses, or if you've got a farm, you want to do something for your pumpkin patch, we have developed the team, the resources, the ability to build actual roller coasters. We're not just making, a dinky backyard roller coaster. We love that. That's where we cut our teeth on, but we're moving into, in my mind, something that's a bit more sophisticated. And I say that with a lot of humility because we're still learning a lot. I by no means think that we're Intamin or Vekoma or anything, but we have an incredible team of people behind us. I say this all the time, but I am surrounded by this team of just passionate geniuses, people who just understand their trade and their craft, and they're able to do things that, really, when I think about it, shouldn't be possible. But I think that's just what happens when you work with professionals. And so really excited, again, to share, what we're working on, what we've been up to, where we're going. Please go ahead and leave a comment. If you are interested in consulting, If you have questions, you can reach out to our email, which you can find on our website. And yeah, leave some comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, directions, things that you'd like us to see us do. Oh, that's the other thing. P.S. We are trying to get back to our roots of story-driven rides, more like the Matterhorn or Little Thunder. That is where our passion lies. It's in storytelling, and storytelling through really immersive ride experiences. We would have continued to make rides like Little Thunder if we had the time and the resources to do that, but it just wasn't in the cards at the time. And so we tried to move into a phase of, we're going to scale the company, we're going to try to sell these things, and hopefully, like, through that we can, develop the story-driven rides that we want to do. And for whatever reason, it wasn't the right time to do that. But we're going to be getting back to our roots. The personal projects that we're going to be working on are much more aimed at the story-driven experiences. We have been developing an idea that I'm very, very excited about, and trying to think through how to make it accessible to the public, because with the Matterhorn or with Little Thunder, they were private rides that only a very select few people could experience, and we would like everyone to be able to experience the rides that we create. And so the next personal ride that we're developing, we're looking at how can we make it public facing, so that more people can experience that. And with that, I think I'll go ahead and sign off. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe, and until next time, take care.